Now, Mehboob Khan makes a movie called Aurat in 1940, and Mother India should be seen in that context. Now, there is a story that uh, Mehboob Khan actually grows up in his maternal grandfather's place in Baroda state, where he sees the idealized woman according to him and which stays with him forever. This centers on the fact that he sees Indian woman who enters her husband's home and when she marries and leaves it only when she dies. So this idea, this picture of the Indian woman, ideal Indian woman, stays with him throughout. And this also forms the kind of a representative woman in his movies. That this woman will never sell her chastity for any price on earth. In his own words, so if you notice that within quotes, I thought of remaking Aurat in the context of the changing world. But the main character has not changed. The Indian woman who is one with the land she works on. So when he makes Mother India, this representation sticks on. The woman cannot sell her chastity. She is virtuous and she is the land. She is one with the land she works on. She is the mother. She is the mother earth. So that piece of allegory sticks to his movies. Her submission to patriarchal authorities, the father, the husband, is an eternal virtue for the director. So we know from his own statesman the kind of a position that Mehboob Khan takes for women. For him, those virtues are sacrosanct. Women need to. So women are emancipated, but within those patriarchal boundaries, which he recreates in Mother India, by the way. So the woman in Aurat that he represented becomes Mother India. There is not much change, but the Mother India is of independent India. So she epitomizes that anti-political and anti-materialist imagination and emotion of the new nation state. So the change is from a pre-independent to a post-independent woman, from a normal woman who lives in her husband's family to a Mother India character where she epitomizes the role of woman as an anti-political idea, because she is larger than she is the nation itself. She is considered that icon of the nation. So if you understand this carefully, so by narrating this framework of the woman that he had, by narrating Radha's story within that framing treatment, the overall optimistic picture of a post-colonial India, the director's main contribution, Mehboob Khan's main contribution has been only to legitimize Nehru's process of nation building. He does no service to the status of women in Indian villages and cities. He does not help in their cause in any manner. What he does basically is, this framing actually only becomes a catalyst to the Nehruvian vision. It creates that emotional and moral atmosphere that is highly sympathetic to the implementation of the 5-year plan, as I had already mentioned. So it carries forward that economic agenda of the nation state, the socialist agenda of the nation state, that there can be progress only through technological modernization. If you remember, the first 2 5-year plans kept on talking about building institutions, building villages, farming, creating new reservoirs, dams, the Bhakra Nangal project, Damodar Valley project. These were some of the most important projects that have been pushed by Nehru during these two plans. So Mother India actually is the biggest catalyst to that movement of Indian history of the 1950s. Now, this for you then is what Indian nationalism is all about in this first decade after independence. A modernist narrative of nationalism, which is an invented category and not a discovered category. An invented category in the sense which was carried forward by the individuals who worked during that time under the Nehruvian vision. They created a cultural categories, a nationalist cultural category, a national cinema, a national song and dance. So all of these were invented categories of nationalism. So what it but the biggest critique of this kind of a nationalism is that this nationalist perspective has no eyes on the ground. It refuses to see the resistance, it refuses to see alternatives, it refuses to see other nationalist perspectives, because it only envisions homogeneity, it does not envision heterogeneity. There can be only one nation state, one idea, one national culture, one national cinema. So it hides, it camouflages this whole concept of the other, that there can be 100 Indias that can. So probably, so in that light, it's a highly, Mother India has been highly criticized also in the, but nonetheless you cannot take away the importance of the text. But Mother India also is a kind of a nationalism that contributes to this Nehruvian Indian national cinema. So it hides many realities. So you don't see the life of a real farmer, probably. You don't see the life of a real Indian woman. You don't see the plight of her in this movie. So the perspective that we see, the struggles of resistance are absent in that. The struggles for survival are absent, and the struggles for identity are absent in that. So Mother India as a text then can be criticized from this vantage point. And with this, I would like to end this lecture series. I would urge you, please go back to the film and watch it again and try to understand it from this perspective. Thank you.